Good evening. Let me stand back a bit so you're not being blinded by the light. So good evening and welcome, Visibility Vibers. Thank you so much for joining me. My name's Jenny. I'm known as the Queen of Being Seen. And tonight I'll be looking at you right here, and I'll be looking in the background just to make sure that I am catching all of your comments, catching all of your questions, and seeing when you do your thumbs up and things like that. But tonight I'm also looking down. Why is that? I've got a timer. I want to honour your time. So I've also got my other Apple implement in front of me. The timer has started and I want to make sure that you get this really juicy, or these juicy nuggets, all around being visible, all around being visible without overwhelm, but most importantly, all around visibility being made easy. So why am I nicknamed the Queen of Being Seen? Why am I known as the Queen of Being Seen? I'm known as the Queen of Being Seen because helping you to spread your ripples far and wide, to stand out from the crowd and to be seen above all the noise of the other people that do similar things to you is what I do. And every weekday from Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. UK time, you know the drill. You hop onto these calls and here's what's going to happen. I need you to keep me focused. I need you to ask any questions early. Have a look at the subjects and come on with your questions, because I want to honour your time. I want to be able to answer any questions you've got, whilst also giving a bit of like juicy information, some juicy nuggets to share. And if you are on these calls, I normally see a number count go up. However, I don't always see who you are. So if you are on these calls and you want to say hello, please do say hello. Let me know where in the world you're watching from and what you're up to. Are you making your dinner if you're in the UK? Or are you, sorry, one of my friends has just sent me a message on WhatsApp. It just came all the way down the screen. You know, let me know what you're doing. Are you in America? Are you one of my American viewers who's looking, and it would be about, what time is it now? 7, it'd be about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Or are you in Europe and it's actually 8 o'clock in the evening? Let me know. So Ian says, "A up, Jenny, good evening." A up, Ian. I say that because Ian is in the UK and he's a Yorkshire man, a Yorkshire lad. Ali says, "Evening, Ian and Jenny." The lovely Ali's on. The lovely Ali, who is an awesome coach that helps people to move through any blocks they've got, especially when they start hitting the 40s, the 50s mark. So that I keep my promise to you that I'm nice and succinct, I'm going to just share tonight. So I'm just checking my time, 7 minutes still before the alarm starts to go off. So I'm just going to share some nuggets on getting some structure. Now, a lot of people don't like the thought of structure. Hey, Alan. Alan's on the line. Good to see you on here, Alan. He says, "Hi, everyone. Ian is making homemade mulligatawny soup." Ian, you need to release a cookbook. A cookbook combined with some sort of travel book for where you first tasted the recipe, not necessarily where it came from. So you're all saying hello to each other, and that's cool. I know that some of you watch these on the replay, and there's a lady who posts, normally works out about 11:30 at night. I'm not sure in the world, where in the world she's from, but I appreciate your post, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. If you know of other people that want more visibility in their life, they want to stand out, maybe they're a business owner or they're self-employed and they're really ambitious, they've got this fire in their belly, they want to get out there, then share this either to your personal page or even to your groups. So just having a look there, and Alan always shares these, so thank you so much for sharing them, sharing that, Alan. So why get some structure around your visibility? Well, the first thing that people say to me is social media, there's too much to do. And I help you share your visibility on social media, but I also help you to share it in the flesh or from behind the screen, on video or on webinar or on Facebook Live even. But one of the things that I come across is people think, oh my gosh, I need to create all of this content. Once I've created the content, then there's even more stuff to do. I need to find the time to post it all. So I've constructed these visibility made easy nuggets so that you can do it in the quickest, easiest possible ways. Life is too complicated as it is. So today I want to share with you 3 really great ways of getting some structure around your visibility. If you haven't seen Monday or Tuesday's videos, go back to them. The theme of this week appears to be the little yellow, I'm going to call it a tropical snail. On my recent trip to Costa Rica, every time it rained, you would see one of those clinging to a wall. I need to actually find out exactly what it is. But I actually took that photo myself and got it all sort of designed up. So this week is the week of that. And the week before was the rainbow that was embedded in the hills of Costa Rica. Next week is likely to be something a bit closer to Blighty. So get some structure in your day while being visible. Now, the first thing to do is to know that there's a saying that, like, if you're going to eat an elephant, you eat it bite by bite. I don't condone the, eating elephants or anything else like that. But if you think about climbing a mountain, you're not going to do it in one great big hop, skip and a jump. You're going to do it in step by step. And if you're feeling unsure, you'll probably take little baby steps as you walk forward. So this is what I want you to do metaphorically when you're looking at your visibility. So here's here's 3 top ways that I know that you can get some structure and some really great structure. So the first way is to make sure that you cluster your tasks. Now, when I think about my average week, if there is such a thing as an average week, I'll do Facebook Lives. I'll do Facebook Lives both here on this page and in the Visibility Vibe Tribe group, which is this morning hit the 400 mark and is escalating. There's like some sort of snowball effect going. But in there, you can carry on the conversation in a place that's not so public. And every time you put any comments underneath these videos, it's a public page. Anybody can see it. But when you put your comments in the Visibility Vibes Tribe Facebook group, only the other people in the group can see it. We've had people today that have been talking about how they've started getting more visible. And already one lady within 3 days has started to have a 6,000% increase on her public page. That's amazing, but that's what I know. And that's why I encourage you to be visible. But I'm saying kudos to her for sticking at it, starting it, and really revving that up. So I'm saying a big thumbs up. If I could put thumbs up on this page, I would do it now. And big love hearts. Another lady who is not someone that I've worked with, but someone I met many years ago, and we just bonded straight away. And she says that my voice is ringing in her ears, and that to me is immense. It's almost like I see the bigger picture for her. I see a bigger vision. I see her being like a published author, actually, and I see her being a published author with somebody like Hay House or one of those kinds of people. Don't know why, I've just got this feeling in my belly, and I see the work that she does. And this is what's possible for anybody just watching these tips, or even if you decide to go into the group and share. So in my week, I have things such as coaching calls, Facebook Lives, meetings. Sometimes they're in the flesh meetings, sometimes they're Skype meetings. So quite a few years ago, I realised that if I clustered my tasks together, I somehow seem to get more done. So instead of having a coaching call on a Monday and then another one maybe on a Tuesday evening, and then maybe there's another one on a Wednesday evening, but before that I had to do some videos and maybe make my sales calls, and then on a Thursday maybe I might squeeze in another call, and then on a Friday I might go into London or go out and have a meeting or go networking and then squeeze in another coaching call or make a video, or if I got a chance to write a blog. I realised that there was a beauty in segmenting these tasks. So clustering tasks together really helps. How you do it depends on you, whether you decide to designate a day or a block of time. But there's been some research that has shown and proved that if you keep switching tasks, it takes you a long time to get into the next task, and then it's not best use of your time. In fact, I openly admitted to the lovely Ali on here, who is my master coach. So you'll get to meet Ali and do lots of great things if you're going to do more stuff with us in the Visibility Vibe, as well as testing out and tasting and actually going to the stuff that she does in her everyday as usual, everyday, what's the expression I'm looking for? Business as usual business. That's the expression I was looking for. So I was saying to Ali that I wanted to start looking at my 15-minute increments, and I noticed that I had kind of gone a bit overboard. In fact, I procrastinated and distracted myself, I think more to the point, so much that an hour and 5 minutes had passed before I went, hold on, what's going? Anyone do that? Anyone on here willing to admit that they sometimes lose track of time? If you do, give me a love heart or a thumbs up. so that I know I'm not alone, and so that the lovely people watching this in the background or on the replay will also know that they're not alone. So the first thing to do is to cluster your tasks. Yeah, Ali says, don't we all do that sometimes? And Alan just puts why, which means, yep, I do. So the next thing to do, and this is going to sound like a really strange way of creating structure, really weird way, but hear me out. Are you ready? Take time off. Yeah, take time off. How funny that I picked that up and I knew it was going to stop. So I've got a few more minutes to continue. So take time off. Here's what happens when you are structuring your day and you take time off. When you take time off, you get chance to refuel, you get chance to recharge. Now, you might decide to do this on a daily basis, where you'll go and sit and read your favourite magazine, have a cup of tea for 10 minutes, as a morning break. Think about when and if you've worked in a business or a company, you've got a morning break, you've got an afternoon break, you've got a lunch break. If you get into the habit of taking those breaks, you get more done, more productivity. In fact, every now and then, for people that work, directly with me, I run something called an accountability day. And within that day, various things happen. It keeps you accountable and helps you to get tasks done. But one of the things that I advocate, especially if you're sitting in front of the computer, is you go through and segment your time into hour slots, 1 hour slots. When you do the 1 hour slot, do some work and do some work for no longer than 50 minutes. When you get to the end of the 50 minutes, then take a break from the screen for 10 minutes. I normally advocate at least go somewhere else so you can get another drink. You should have water with you anyway. And then spend 5 minutes, maybe just go outside in the garden, get some fresh air. Jackie says, I did that. Took doggies out for a ramble. Fabulous. Well, this is why you're so creative and so switched on, Jackie. Welcome to Jackie, who's really is a outstanding author and really helps other people to be able to write their books. So Ali says, yeah, Jackie, a break of fresh air is fabulous. Absolutely. Even when it's raining, take an umbrella, go and do it. Get those sun rays hitting your body. Especially if you're here in the UK, where it's been it's getting better, where it gets dark quite early in the morning and into the morning. I think here at the moment it's getting light about 20 past 7, 7:30, and then it's starting to get dark actually around 4:30, which is great because a month ago it was 3:30. Horrible. So take some time off. If you can do it in your day, that's going to be more effective. It's going to get your juices flowing, and it somehow, even though you're not spending that extra 10 minutes or an hour or whatever at your desk or writing your book or doing your online work, what it actually gives you is time to recharge, regroup and rethink, and that will make you more creative, more motivated and more visible. Okay, so that's another thing. Tip number three, have working hours. This was something that's really helpful to me. In my background, I worked in financial services as well as many other sectors, but the last thing I did before I became self-employed in 2010 was I worked in financial services, and in financial services I would quite happily go into the office at 7 in the morning, finish at 10 at night. I didn't even observe my own office hours then, which were only 9 till 5. I didn't even observe my own office hours then, and this was a really bad habit that I grew into, almost became like an addiction. I couldn't leave earlier because I had too much to do, and I unfortunately took it into my business. Now, people talk about being an entrepreneur and it can be lonely and everything else, but actually the other side of it is you've got no one leaning over your table saying, come on, hurry up. You might have the kids around and you might just tell them to be quiet or shoo them away. You might have your lovely pets around and you'll just ignore them or let them sit on your lap and keep going. You might have a partner or someone else that you share your life with who will, say, come on, aren't we going to go and have dinner now? Just 5 more minutes. Or they might even be the type of partner that gives you all the time you need. And really quickly we can get into bad habits. So Jackie said, my mentor told me off last night for working too much. What? I can now that my office has heat. You can work comfortably now your office has heat, but there's no excuse for you working too much. I say this to you, Jackie, as much as I say it to myself. So have some work hours. Let yourself say, I'm going to work either just Monday to Friday, or I'm going to work, Monday to Friday, start work at this time, finish at this time. When I had to kick my overworking habit, I remember when I worked for myself, I went into all sorts of hours. I did whatever people need whenever, 7 days a week. And a mentor of mine said, I think you need to rein this in. So I did. And in fact, I reined it in to the point where I used to be able to have Mondays off. I used to only work 4 days a week in my business. So not only did I have Saturday and Sunday off, I had Monday off. But when I was withdrawing from this work addiction, what I had to do was I had to say at 5 o'clock, I'll start looking at what I've got left to do, writing a list of it down, and moving forward for like what I'm going to take into the next day, what I can ditch, what I can put off, what I have to do. So it would take me between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock to kind of do this winding down thing, and I would eventually log off at about 6:30, and 90 minutes, sometimes close to 7, and it felt really painful to start off with, but it's a really, really much needed thing to do. So make sure that you have work hours. So on tomorrow's tomorrow's Visibility Made Easy, I'm going to be talking about video visibility. It's part of the Visibility Vibe system. If you wonder what this Visibility Vibes is all about, the VIBES, Vibes is all about, the V is all about visibility and includes aspects of video. I is about the impact you make, the impression you leave. B is all around you being able to biographically describe what you do. E is about avoiding the overwhelm and the energy you bring, like the vibe you bring. And S is all around how you speak about what you do and sometimes how you sell yourself, your value, your services. So tomorrow we're going to talk about video. Really looking forward to that. And on Friday, who knows? Let me know what you need most. We can pick up some more. I've got other things on here, but we can pick up some more tips about getting some structure, building a framework so that you're not in overwhelm. Or something else. I've got some things planned, but it's enough in advance that I'm happy to take your requests. So here's what I want you to do. I would love you to share this video to the people that you know it'd be useful to, if you're in a club with entrepreneurs or businesses or business owners, coaches, authors, consultants, could be therapists, anyone with a bricks and mortar business. Some of my clients make their own products and sell them retail. Some on a bigger scale, some on a from home scale. If you know anyone like that, please do share this and tell them to come and like the page and subscribe, and I'll be happy to keep sharing these nuggets and these tips. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on the next Facebook Live, which will be this time tomorrow, right back at this page. Bring a cup of tea, bring your dinner, bring your friends, bring a sneaky glass of something if you'd like to, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye for now.